Hey guys, good morning. Hope you had a good night's sleep, and I slept really good. I've been sleeping really good last several days. It's rare that I sleep bad, to be honest with you, and especially as hard as I work with being hot and all that kind of thing, guys. But hope you had a great day yesterday. Appreciate the comments, by the way. I got a really good topic, guys. I feel like I got something, really something you got to consider, and it goes along the lines of the small versus big yard debate, and which ones you're better off servicing and focusing on, that kind of thing. If you have a choice. Now look, I know depending on the area you may not have a choice. You may have to go after the bigger field style residential style yards, that kind of thing, versus what I have primarily in my area, which is the half acre to acre lots, which is what I actually prefer, since I have a setup with the spray and the fertilizer and all that kind of thing. I can offer all the different services that I have to offer, aeration, pressure washing, guys. We're gonna have to do a video talking about pressure washing, why I think it's a must-have to have in your lawn care business, just to make some extra money. It doesn't cost a whole lot, for the pressure washer and the attachments that you can use to really make some good money. I've made, let's see, the 2 jobs I've done this week, $325 is $320. I think I said $350. It's $325. Took 2 hours. Pressure wash the driveway and the pool deck. And then yesterday we did a $200 job, just pressure washing a small driveway as well. It took about an hour and a half. So yeah, you can make some good money pressure washing, guys. More customers you have, more opportunities to do those types of things. So yeah, you gotta consider that. But yeah, haven't had rain here, substantial rainfall in about 2 weeks now. And I can tell my yards are starting to dry up in cases, especially the people that don't irrigate their yard. But the good news is I have yet to have any single customer text me or call me and ask me to hold off because it's dry. It is dry, but yeah, I haven't had that happen yet, and I do 100 plus yards a week, that kind of thing, guys. I'm curious, how do y'all feel when people start doing that? I mean, I can understand it, but let me tell you why I think, another reason why I think you're better off handling the smaller yards, and we'll get into detail over the bigger yards. Because frankly, just like I've said before in the past, the bigger yard people with the bigger field style yards, they're going to be the people that are going to tell you to, see you next spring as soon as the grass stops growing in the fall. So you're going to have several months there where you're not going to be generating any revenue on those properties. Whereas the smaller yard people, since it doesn't cost them as much for you to service their property, they're going to have you continue to come by throughout the winter and do various things, blow leaves off, that kind of thing, so you can make more money throughout the winter with those style properties. Even though I know obviously you're not going to make as much, but they're going to have you come more often, if that makes sense. So another reason why, and apparently I'm getting this because I've been listening to some other YouTube people that have been talking about the drought. Apparently it's basically all over the country, and they're telling their viewers that they're having issues with customers calling and canceling service for the week, telling them to hold off because it's dry, that kind of thing, guys. But yeah, these field style yards, y'all, first of all, they don't have irrigation. People with these big, huge yards, these open field style yards, they're not going to irrigate their yard. Obviously, it'd just be too expensive, that kind of thing. So yeah, the smaller yard people generally do. Pretty much every residential customer that I have, I'd say 80% of them have irrigation systems. So obviously they're running them now. Even without the rain, the grass is still growing. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not having people call and telling me to hold off, because they're irrigating their yard, watering it a few days a week, and it's still growing, especially Bermuda lawns. You're getting all these shoots come up, so the shoots are growing. But yeah, the field style yards without having irrigation, guys, I mean, if it's hot and dry, that grass is gonna slow down substantially. It's gonna burn up in a lot of cases. So yeah, I understand them, especially if it's a situation where they're paying $200+ or more, for cut. They're gonna want to save that money, and they're gonna be more likely to text you or call you and be like, hey, look, hasn't grown, let's just skip a week. Or skip 2 weeks, that kind of thing. Let's just wait the next time. So yeah, a lot of those guys that focus on those style yards, and I mean, maybe a case where it's the area they're in and that's all they got. And I mean, that's one thing. But yeah, a lot of their customers are calling, telling them to hold off, because frankly, they want to save their money anyway. And if the grass really doesn't need cut, I mean, I understand that. But at the same time, I feel like you need to have customers that understand that you need to be making money. And there are going to be situations too where the grass is going to be super thick from a lot of rain and, fertilizer and all that kind of thing. So a lot of cases, you're not going to get done as fast, that kind of thing, guys. So yeah, I mean, you need to have customers that realize that that are good to you, and they understand that you need to be making money, and they're not going to be the type that are going to cancel service for any particular reason, whether it's dry, hot, whatever it may be. You want to be able to be coming at least bi-weekly throughout the growing season. That makes sense, guys. So yeah, y'all got to consider that. I mean, that's just another thing that I got to thinking about when it comes to the small versus big yard debate. And something you got to consider, if you have a choice, So yeah, I've said before that I'm a bigger fan of, and I prefer the smaller yards, and I've given some good reasons. I think this is another good reason you got to consider. Again, your bigger field style properties, they're going to be the first ones to tell you to hold off so they can save that money if it's super hot and dry out and the grass isn't growing. Whereas these smaller people that aren't paying $200+ for you to cut their yard, they're not going to care as much, obviously, and they're going to have their yard irrigated, that kind of thing in a lot of cases. So yeah, better chance you'll continue to continue to service on those properties when it's hot and dry. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that point up, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about customers that cancel service in the middle of growing season this time of year, even if it is hot and dry. Not a fan of that. Luckily, I haven't had that happen yet. I've got a lot of customers, y'all, so I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that, like I said, they got irrigation systems, so they're watering the yard and the grass is still growing. So yeah, it's a good thing. But anyway, y'all, hey, listen, got a busy day. Got 3 HOAs got to do, my 2 weeklies and my bi-weekly here in the neighborhood. Got to mow and a bunch of other yards. So yeah, hopefully Justin shows up. I'm sure he will. He's been doing a good job. I got Hunter working today. Hopefully he'll show up. But yeah, be a good day. Hopefully it won't be too hot. Hope you're having a good day, guys. We'll get into more discussion, that kind of thing. Let me know what you think. Comments, small versus big yard debate, if you think I'm right or not. Hope you're having a great day, guys. I'll talk to you later. Hey guys, on my first weekly HOA that we do every week. Hunter's not here. He said he's got pink eye or something, so he's gonna get it checked out and see if he can maybe come in later. I feel like I got a really good illustration talking about I was talking about in the intro as far as the big yard versus small yard that's irrigated typically. So as you can see, this section of Bermuda grass, super green. It definitely needed cut. It's being irrigated. Yeah, so I mean, the irrigated grass, see how much greener it is, see how nice it looks. Definitely need to cut. Whereas over here, this section, I don't know, it may be hard to tell, but you can kind of tell starting to turn brown in areas. It really didn't need cut, really that bad. So yeah, it doesn't have irrigation in it. So yeah, it really didn't need cut. But yeah, it's just an example of the field versus irrigated smaller yards, that I was mentioning, when it comes to the drought conditions, not needing to be cut in a lot of cases. So yeah, this section really didn't need it at all. The other section, as you see how green, nice and green and lush it is, definitely did because it's being irrigated. But anyway, yeah, just thought I'd throw that point out there, guys. Hope you're having a good one. Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. It's about 3 o'clock now. He's got a couple more to do. Hunter never showed up. He said he had pink eye, I believe, or some kind of eye infection. So yeah, that's cool. Me and Justin are knocking him out. Doing good. Didn't have a whole lot to do today. We'll get done around 4. I think so. That's a good day. But yeah, off to a good start. It's pretty hot. Look at the breeze is blowing. I want to make a quick point, guys, about Bermuda grass. I know a lot of the so-called experts will tell you need to cut Bermuda at like an inch, inch and a half, below 2, that kind of thing. And maybe under certain circumstances, if you're using a real mower and maybe you're watering daily, that kind of thing, maybe. But when it's real hot and dry like it is now, I highly recommend not cutting it that low. Honestly, I've started actually raising the deck up a little bit and cutting a little higher with it being so hot and dry, just because I feel like the thicker the grass is, the more cover it gives, the top layer of the dirt from the sun, keeping the sun from drying it out, even more so than it is, so yeah, y'all, that's something I'd recommend doing. And something we're doing now is I'm raising the deck up on my mower and cutting it a little bit higher, just to keep this heat wave and the dryness out here, the lack of rainfall, from causing any more problems as far as the Bermuda turning brown spots, that kind of thing, guys. But anyway, just thought I'd throw it out there real quick. Hope you're having a good one. It's my buddy Craig, by the way. He's a good guy. He don't mind being on camera. Hey y'all, hope y'all had a great Friday. Got a lot of work done. I know I actually got home at a reasonable time. It's about 4:15 now. We got home about 4 o'clock. Obviously I dropped Justin off shortly before the end of the gas station. I came to the house around 4 and went ahead and loaded up, got ready for tomorrow. Ended up doing, I think it was 17 properties total that we mowed. I didn't fertilize any. I'm gonna fertilize some tomorrow, but yeah, we mowed 17, including 3 my HOA account, so that's good, y'all. Yeah, good day. Even with the Hunter not showing up, obviously had to help. Didn't have a ton to do necessarily. I ended up changed my schedule up a little bit, and this is something you always got to be thinking about, guys. I'm gonna bring this up, and it's something I'm really good at as far as going about your day to plan for the next day, to help you out for the next day, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm always trying to figure out my route and the yards I'm doing in order to make things easier for the next day. So essentially what I ended up doing, I ended up changing up my plan, my route, so I could focus around my house tomorrow. Because we were around my house today, but I had some yards I was planning on doing in Auburn tomorrow. Well, we ended up mowing the 8 yards in Auburn that I was planning to do tomorrow. So instead of doing those tomorrow, I was to be focused right around my house, mowing about 5 or 6 and some other random jobs I got to do right around my house. I won't have to worry about going to Auburn, if that makes sense. But yeah, you always got to be using your brain. You always be thinking about things in order to, help, make things easier on you, and always be planning for the next day, so to speak. So yeah, that's what I ended up doing today. I feel like I did a good job of that, getting certain jobs done so I can make things easier on myself for tomorrow. So Justin's gonna help me a few hours tomorrow too. But yeah, y'all, ended up being a really good day. Want to talk more about the whole, small versus big property debate, which is better. I mean, to me, guys, based on my experience, I think you're clearly better off focusing on the smaller yards. I mean, to me, the more customers you have, the better, especially when it comes to the winter time. Because I'm telling you guys, those big properties, those people with the big field type yards, they're gonna be the first ones to tell you, see you in the spring, because I mean, as soon as that grass stops growing in the fall, they don't want to pay somebody to come mow the grass, throughout the winter, that kind of thing, especially if it's a significant amount of money, that kind of thing. So yeah, I consider that, and the fact that, like I said before, it being hot and dry, if they're paying $250+ a cut, and frankly, I'd be the same way, to be honest with you, but if they're paying that kind of money to have somebody cut their yard and they look out their window and they know it's been hot and dry and that kind of thing, they see the grass is withering away and browning up and just doesn't need cut, they're going to be the first ones to tell you to hold off. Simple as that, guys. I mean, literally, I haven't had a single customer, like I said this morning, call and cancel yet. Now, I will probably have some here coming up. I was actually driving by a yard today, and it's an older lady that I'll be doing next week, and frankly, it looked like it's just been mowed. So yeah, she'll probably ask me to hold off, which is fine. I mean, I'm gonna make some exceptions for elderly people and single moms, that kind of thing, to help them out especially. But I feel like your customers, if they're gonna be canceling on you and texting you or calling you, telling you to hold off, on a regular basis, if they do that often, that's not a good customer, y'all. I mean, every now and then it's one thing, but if they're consistently canceling service or telling you to hold off, this, that, and the other, that's not a good customer for you, just so you know. You got to consider that, because I mean, honestly, guys, there are going to be times where the grass is going to be super thick. Like I said before, it may have been fertilized, been having a lot of rain, so there are going to be times where it's super thick and tall. You may have to double cut it, that kind of thing, and a lot of times they're not going to want to pay you double for that. So I mean, it actually benefits me and you when you're going by these yards, mowing them now when it's super dry, when it really don't need it, because you can just fly through the yard and make some really good profit, and obviously not use as much gas, that kind of thing, time, that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but you can't let your customers dictate when you win and lose, so to speak. So yeah, y'all, not a fan of customers that will consistently cancel service or ask you to hold off, that kind of thing. So yeah, you got to be wary of that when it comes to customers. So yeah, I thought I'd throw that out there. But yeah, y'all, I just feel like you're better off, especially with my setup, my area, my experience. I feel like you're better off servicing the average size yard, to be honest with you. And I think that was a good reason to think of, because like I said before, I've been listening to a few YouTubers, and they're complaining about having people cancel on them. And a lot of the yards, properties they were referring to were the bigger field style yards, that kind of thing, guys. So yeah, I just thought I'd throw it out there. I think that's pretty logical. I'm curious if y'all agree with that, guys. That's just my opinion. I know I'm doing really well, especially with my setup, being able to fertilize and spray, because the big property owners, they're not going to want you to fertilize and spray, and they're not going to have an irrigation system. Maybe in some portions of the yard they might, that kind of thing. So yeah, you gotta consider those factors, guys. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, guys, if you agree. We'll have to do more debate and discussion on the big yard versus the small yard and all the reasons. I know there's benefits to each, but for me, I feel like the benefits for smaller yards outweigh the benefits and the negatives in terms of mowing the bigger properties, that kind of thing, guys. But yeah, y'all let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Appreciate all y'all. And by the way, I'm got 993, I think, subs. So I just need 7 more, y'all. So if you haven't subscribed, hey, go ahead and click the button. Be kind of cool to wake up in the morning and have 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, y'all, really excited about that. Appreciate all of y'all for subscribing and viewing and commenting. Really enjoy it. Enjoyed commenting with some of the new subscribers. I think Ben, your whole name, buddy, but I think Ben is your name. Yeah, you've made some good comments. Appreciate you. And Ernest is another new commenter. Appreciate you, man. All my regulars, Eddie, all you guys, Logan. Appreciate all y'all. Hope you're having a great week, guys. I'll probably do a video tomorrow. Like I said, I'll be by myself. Well, no, actually, Justin said he would help a few hours. So yeah, Justin will be with me a couple hours, and then I'll probably work solo for a couple hours after that. But yeah, I hope you're having a great week, guys. Feel free to comment. Let me know what you think on the debate. Talk to you later.